In the United States, CPS makes upwards of $3 billion per day on trafficking and selling our children. The corruption may start with the caseworker, but goes through the judicial system, passing the governor through the Senate and into the White House. The entire system has a hand in the business known as CPS.
Our children are stolen every minute of a 24-hour day. They are being robbed of their innocence, their happiness. As parents, we are betrayed by a government we trust. States are balancing budgets on us. Only 12% of the kids taken will be reunified. Title IV funding is being led with fraud.
All right, everybody. We are so sorry for being late. We had some major technical issues and just wow. Sorry about that. That's all. Even my camera's off. Sorry about that too. Jesus almighty. I'm just a mess here. Sorry. We'll get back into it. We'll get the swing of things. This is what happens when you get messages across to people that the government doesn't want you to hear, right? They block your services. They make it so that you can't hear and see people. And if you think this stuff is fake, well, we're just witness to it right there. CPS is real, people. CPS is gunning for all of us. It has no boundaries. And we're seeing this more and more every day. We're seeing people and children of all kinds, colors, different races, different financial statuses. Everybody is becoming a victim to this CPS monster that is going around and literally plucking the kids out of hospitals that they put cameras up in schools, and some are even saying that the cameras in the schools now are so that that people can actually look at it like a menu, so they can select the kids that they want to take. And CPS can go ahead, and now that they're in the schools, and go after these kids and these families so that these families can get these kids. This stuff is real, people. And you need to realize this. Tonight I have with me my Monday evening hostess, Miss Josie herself. Let me get you bigger. How do we get you bigger, Josie? Let's get you up to size here. There we go. Whoa, that's too big for us. Hey, Josie, how are we doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm better now. I had a small heart attack after that whole debacle there, but I mean, we got it fixed, and here we are. So what's going on in Canada tonight? Anything new? Anything exciting?
Well,
what's going on with your story?
There's been a few things that happened last week, but it's so weird because I feel sometimes that time has there's no sense of time. So to me, it feels like it's been 2 weeks, but it actually was just last week, So there was a few things. My daughter went to court.
And how did that go?
It went weird because I was not allowed to go talk this time, nor in the past 2 other times I was allowed in and I had a say, but this time I was not allowed in. I still went for supporting my daughter, so I spent the whole day there, and basically when my daughter was finished, she came out and she's like, I'm not allowed to tell you anything that went on. Everything has to be confidential, and when I get the report, I'm not allowed to give it to you so you can read it.
Are you kidding? So now they're blocking you from paying attention to your baby girl and your grandkids. So they're stopping you from being able to see everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
That's just asinine. Let's get Mr. Herbert, our law enforcement can hear. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I
No,
didn't mean
that's
to interrupt
good.
you.
And
Go.
I was gonna say,
Talk away.
I was gonna say, I
Well,
wanted
here
to
he
get
is
back
somewhere.
with what Herbert asked me to do as my homework last week.
Yes. Herbert, do you remember the homework? Herbert ran away from us.
No.
But so his homework was to find out from the administration of the hospital, right? Was to there he is, Herbert's forehead. We got him.
No,
There he is, Herbert the long.
no, what it is
There
that
he is.
she was going to check with the administration of a hospital, which she did.
Right, and what did they say to you? What did they haven't got back to you, Josie? Is that what they're
They
saying?
haven't
so far?
gotten back to me yet.
Oh man, isn't that figure? If they wanted something from you, they would have had hammered you on the phone. They would have, nonstop called you and so on. But Jose, we got a special guest here today that wants to tell their story to us, and I figured that would be a good thing I'm excited to hear what you have to say about what you know and what you think goes on, as far as the Canada rules go. So let's bring him out right now. Mr. Charles, how we doing, my man? I'm sorry that that took us so long and that we were involved in that fiasco, but we're here now. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good. Well, no, we're not so good.
Right, considering, right?
Yeah.
What do you got going on in your city? Where are you, first of all?
We're down in Gibson County in Trenton, Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay.
Yeah.
And what's going on there?
My daughter was getting out of hand. My auntie been having her since she was little, and when she went to the ninth grade, she started getting out of hand. So my auntie told me to file a petition to get her because she couldn't do nothing with her. She was getting old. She was on a walker. And so we already had got 3 boys just 3 years ago, and the judge didn't, he didn't say nothing. He just said our boys. So we got 4 boys here. So we was going to get our daughter and my other son, but once we got there, the judge, this time he ordered us a drug test, and we done took the drug test, we passed it, and now DCS just took over the case and trying to take us through stuff they did, about 14, 15 years ago. We both working, they got us missing work, they want us to do meetings, we done did parenting meetings, we did all that. We ain't got no ground, there wasn't no ground for them to be, for us to go through all that.
Right.
I'm just going through.
I'm gonna let you go on that. You know all about Josie. I'm gonna let you go with that one because you know all about what goes on with the past stuff. Do you want to go ahead and hit on that one with
But are you a grandparent or the father?
No, we the father and the mother, and my auntie had got took sick, and she told us to petition the court. We already got 4 boys already at home, and we were finna get our daughter and our other son, and our auntie told us to petition the court, and we done it. But it backfired on us when we got to court. The judge ordered us to take a drug test. And my auntie was in the courtroom telling him that she couldn't do nothing with her. She wanted to be home with her parents. And that was January the 10th. January the 19th, she passed away. But he set a court for the February the 28th, but she passed the 19th. So they said she was dependent neglect. They threw a court February the 5th and took her from us and placed her in the Department of Children's Service instead of letting her stay with us.
Wow.
And this
What
is
did
what
you-
happened.
Oh, go ahead, Josie.
Go ahead.
And see what happened 3 years ago. I went and got the boys. I petitioned the court 3 years ago and got our other 3 boys. When Charles come with me, when we got married, he's black, I'm white, and the judge is biased and prejudiced. So that's really the case we're having to fight because I went, no problem, got the kids, no drug test, hair test, all this bullshit that DCS is taking us through now. Because years ago they took us through it and I had prescription medication and they took our kids. Yeah, that was 18 years ago because Trey is 18. But, I went and won all 3 of my boys back from his other aunt auntie, their paternal great aunt. And then now we petitioned the court together. It's just a whole mess of bullshit again with DCS. It's like, here we go again, and we're not, I'm not on prescription medication. I'm not doing nothing but working, and yeah, we are grandparents. We are grandparents to our older kids. So that's what we told them today. They don't even call me for the meeting. They call Charles. They don't call me. This is the second meeting. And they don't even call me. And I sent them a message and told them, thank you for not calling me again. But I'm sitting here listening anyway, hearing we got to take drug tests. We got to do all this bullshit, miss work. I get pointed out at work. They don't give a shit because all they want is the money and child support.
Right. And how old is the girl?
Brandy's 14.
14.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So now they're using the fact that you've been in CPS before to like hold it against you.
Yeah, protocol is what they're saying. But what about 3 years ago? Protocol.
Yeah.
That shit didn't happen 3 years ago. 3 years ago, it wasn't no bullshit like this. I won custody of them, which we're married now, so we both got custody. But when we try to go together as a black and white couple in the dirty South, this is what we get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah. That's what I was just gonna
so
ask
that's
you.
what we're dealing with now.
So what?
So now
what
where's the girl now? Is she in foster care?
They placed it with my uncle like they've been doing for years. They give my peoples a kid, and they want them because they getting that little guardian, that little $700, $800. They won't even get up there and talk for us because they knowing they doing us wrong. Like just I won custody of our son 7 years ago, and they got in one court and told the judge I was full of cocaine, so they thought I was gonna give up. So once I appealed the case, we went up in front of the other judge. They didn't say nothing about cocaine. They said he was incarcerated, that I was incarcerated. So the judge went off on him, in circuit court. He went off on him. He went off on him and kicked it back down. My son been with me 7 years since then. See, that's why I'm not finna work with him. See, we had a meeting today and we got into it because I told him y'all lie too much, and I'm not gonna deal with y'all. I dealt with y'all 20 years ago. They were trying to make us give up our rights and all that, and I'm not gonna just deal with them because all they're gonna do is lie. They got a judge. They find judges that they can tell anything to, and he'll believe it. So all we trying to do, but listen, man, we just wait to get it in front of the judge to help me get it to the circuit to the next level. And once we get it in front of him, we get to speak. See, this judge won't even let us speak. See, this all started because my auntie wanted me to keep my child from being in the state because she the one told me to go file a petition like my wife did 3 years ago, and she got the kids with no problem. It was no problem. I was there, but I didn't put my name on the petition. But now when my auntie tell me to go do it, they making me jump through hoops. I've been driving trucks for 20 years. I mean, DCS didn't never have nothing. They couldn't say nothing bad about me, but first they were saying I was over the road truck driver. So then I became local, and now they judge just told us to take a drug test. That's all I thought we supposed to do. And he made us pay for it. It was like $185 a piece for her test. And they know I don't do drugs. They know we don't do no drugs. They were just prolonging and ended up. Then the DCS lady got up there and after my auntie had passed away, she got up there and lied in front of the judge and told the judge that my auntie changed her mind about letting my daughter come with us. So I mean, they just lie so much, and we trying to find lawyers, but we don't even know what to do. I mean, we trying to file federal against them because this been going on 20 years. We've been dealing with these folks 20 years. I got 3 more other kids, the oldest one her got 6 together, and I got 3 more for them. They took us through them, same thing through the first 3, and then they taking us through the last 6, same way.
But you have them all. You have all those kids back, right? You have all the kids back now, right? Except
the last 6 kids is me and my wife, and we got 4 of them. And we had Brandy, but when they threw that little court on the field after my auntie passed, they threw that little court. They took her from the field.
So
they said she was dependent neglect. Me and her got 6. One of them turned 18.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and we got three at we had four. He 18, but he in and out. But we got four at home, and we were trying to get the other two. And I thought, by my auntie passed, and the way I heard the law, the child automatically come back to the parents. But
Now, how long did your aunt have them? She had them for what you say, 3-4 years?
no, she had them. She had her ever since she was born. But see, she wasn't taking. I mean, she come up to the hospital and asked to keep her baby. She wanted to name her Ellie Mae and everything. She wanted to name him. We just let her keep them. They lied to the judge. They got the judge lying. They lied to the judge because she wasn't never taking cause of her prescription medication. What we did, the first three boys was taking cause of her prescription. She was having them in McKenzie, Tennessee. So when she got ready to have my daughter, we went to Jackson, Tennessee, and had her. The Department of Children's Service came in there and said, you tested positive with opiate, with hydro. She showed a prescription. Our child walked. Brandy came home with her. My daughter came home with her. See, they were just taking the kids, just off of prescription medication. But see, when we went to Jackson, Department of Children's Service in Jackson didn't do that. Our daughter came home, but the first three went into state custody because of prescription.
Mary come in the picture because DCS was messing with us about the other kids, and they was going to take her if we didn't let her because we was going through some trials and tribulations before.
Yeah, everything they doing now, it happened years ago. I mean, it was years ago.
Right. So
they're holding you
hostage. They're holding you hostage because years ago they said that you guys had drug problems, but you don't. I mean, Christ, you're a get drug.
No. They said the mother had a prescription drug problem. They couldn't ever say nothing about me, but I was an over the road truck driver. When the judge we had before, he was all right.
But DCS,
the DCS got this new judge. This a new judge. He don't like us. I mean, I faced him in criminal court. But he used to be a general section judge. Now he's a juvenile judge. And,
okay. So you had him in the past. So you had him. You had this judge before. So he's biased towards you. Then obviously, clearly he's biased towards you.
Yeah.
I done wrote the board. I wrote the board. I called and he write the board. And they keep
Isn't that a conflict of interest automatically if you've had you before?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had both of
them.
Yeah, he used to be a criminal judge. This man took a lot of money from me back when I was, in my early 20s. He done took a lot of money.
That's it right there. What do you think about that, Herbert? Huh? The judges, they face the judges in criminal court. And now this guy's out in family court against them. Of course, he's biased by that.
Yeah. Also, the part that got me is about the wife having prescription drugs and him over the road. So therefore, you're not home enough. So they getting on you about being over the road with the truck, and your wife is the only one that's home taking care of the kids. Now, the fact that you have prescription drugs and it's accepted in one county but not accepted in another, that baffles me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But see,
for your family, God forbid you do that. Provide for your.
I don't understand why the discrepancy. It's the same state of Tennessee, but I don't understand the discrepancy between one county and the other county.
Right.
Yeah, Madison County. Our daughter came home.
Yeah, Gibson County is a whole lot different. Our county is just prejudice, bias. They don't care about. They just want the money.
Yeah, they just want to take our child kids and the judge. Matter of fact, my mother passed away, and the two kids my mom had, he didn't say nothing about dependent neglect. He never. I had my boy. I had my son for 3 years, and he got in a little trouble. He got in trouble, and the three girls told the judge. The girl that stole her mama car, they told the judge. There were three testified that my son did not ride with him. They went riding in Jackson. My son was in Trenton. Don't you know this judge? And my mom had passed away, and didn't nobody have legal custody. But don't you know this judge charged me charged my son for joyriding when he didn't joyride, charged me $300. I didn't have it right then. He put me in jail.
He put you in jail, or he put your son in jail?
put me in jail.
How old
And my
is your
mama
son?
had passed away.
The same judge.
How
The
old is
same
your
judge.
son?
He was at the time
15.
he was 15.
Okay,
He was
so
15.
he's on. So that's why the judge put you in jail, because you have parental over him. You're his parental guardian.
No, but see, but that's what now. Okay, then my mother passed away. She had guardian of him. But see now, that's what we saying now. Why? Okay, why did they take our daughter? It was the same situation.
Yeah. Just,
I never got custody of my son. My mother passed away. I went to the DCS lady. She said, "That's your son. He come back to you." Okay, he
Yeah.
was with me
What
3
was that?
years.
Was that in the other county?
No, this was here. It's here.
same shit.
Okay.
See, he didn't ask me for no drug test. He didn't ask me for nothing. I mean, when my mother passed away, she had guardian. All my mother and her sister they had guardian, our kids. And then, when she passed away, what I'm saying, she passed away. They didn't say nothing about dependent neglect. He got in some trouble. The 3 girls testified he did not ride with them. That judge still charged him for joyriding and charged me $300. I didn't have it. I had just had shoulder surgery. I had the money, but he wouldn't even let me go get it from my boss. And I was off, and he put me in jail for it. Then my wife had to go get the $300. But see what I'm saying? They never said dependent neglect. Why is they saying my daughter dependent neglect since my aunt died? They didn't say it was dependent neglect when my mom died.
But you said that CPS came out of the woodwork and brought up things from the past about you to the judge.
Yeah, this
No, I'm talking. Yeah, they didn't say nothing about when my mom passed.
Yeah.
They didn't say they didn't say nothing. No, she said since my mom passed, I asked her. I said, "What I do about my son since my mom passed?" She said, "He's your son. He comes back to you." But why they ain't doing my daughter like that? They gave me my son, but they ain't doing our daughter like that.
When they did the son, you didn't go to court for that, right?
No, I didn't go to court. She just told me you the father, and he comes back to you.
Yeah.
Okay. But this time you had to go to court for the daughter. Is that correct?
Yeah, my auntie told me to. She the one. See, we got the petition. We filed a petition. We filed the petition. Our daughter been getting high in school, and she the one told us because she been sneaking out the house. My auntie the one got us to file this petition. We probably could have done it another way, but that's the only way. When I seen the mother did it 3 years ago, I said, well, I'm gonna get filed. I filed a petition, see what he let her come on. He wouldn't do it.
But when you got your son, did you have to file a petition?
No, I didn't file nothing. They didn't even find him dependent neglect.
Okay, so when your auntie said come and get your daughter and told you to file a petition, if you didn't file that petition, chances are you would have your daughter today.
Right. If I hadn't filed, but see, she wanted to do it the right way.
Right. If you did exactly what you did with your son, which was not to file a petition, you just got your son. If you did that with your daughter, then you would have your daughter today.
Right. Maybe so. Yeah. Because when they found out my auntie passed, they was asking. They didn't even look at us. They was asking my auntie then, do they want our daughter? They asked my uncle. They was already asking people, do they want her? But I don't know what ground we passed. The judge just said take a drug test. I don't even know where that come up. Where we got to take a drug test. Then he said we got to pay for it. Everybody else in the courtroom taking urine test, he making us go pay $185 a piece for her test, and all of it's naked. Now DCS, when I talk to them today, they want us to go through all the stuff they took us through 18 years ago, 17 years ago.
And what are those things?
Past drug tests.
Past drug tests. Supervised visit and all this stuff for what? And we got 4 of the boys at home, but you want us to go through the same stuff we went through years ago.
Yep.
They will do that, I believe. Darren, help me with this, but I think they will do that with every child that's going to be introduced back in the house.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is they did the same thing to Josie. They bring up stuff from their past, and that's what they're going to do because they want that money, man. They want to get the money for these kids. If you have a past case with CPS, just forget about it. You're going to go through the gamut. You're going to go through the ringer. Hopefully you'll get your kids back. But, you know, I don't know what the statistic is. I'm going to look that up right now and find out if you've been any sort of run-ins with CPS in the past. I want to say that you have over a 50% chance of having them come back into your life, and especially if you've had involvement with them. And then, you know, they take this drug thing I won't want to say that they take it seriously, but because a lot of these oversight committees don't say that drugs themselves are what is necessary for neglect. You know, if it's a low impact drug use that doesn't affect the child and you're living and you're doing it to survive, you know, the mother was on painkillers. Okay, so she's fine. What's the big freaking deal? This guy, you know, he paid his dues. He got in trouble years ago. He paid his dues. He's done. So what the hell is the problem? The problem is his kids. He's got a bunch of them and they all have a price tag on them. That's the problem. You know, and unfortunately, that's the system that we're living in. You know, you got a judge here that's biased. You have a judge that's biased that's had both of them in the courtroom in the criminal world before. So this guy is not going to let them go with kids because he knows he's got them by the ringer. You know, they need to figure out how to get out of that courtroom. I think that's what you said, that you're kind of riding it out and waiting for your next level. I mean, I would try to get out sooner than that. I'm not a lawyer, but I would try to be getting out there, getting that judge recused or, you know, or doing something, man, because, you know, the longer it takes and the longer that they have to dig their claws in on you, the more and more you're screwed, man. You know, like you got to stand up and get in there right now and make this fight yours, you know?
Yeah.
Like you guys passed the drug test, right?
Right.
Both of you passed the drug test?
Yeah, everything's negative.
So that should be it. There should be no other issues. You guys weren't terminated from these children in the past, right?
No,
No.
they tried.
Right.
No, they didn't. No,
You guys voluntarily went to the army. Yeah, there shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, they were trying though. They were trying. They tried to get the judge. The judge that helped me get my son back when I was in jail on a 6 month. I did 6 months. They was trying to get him to terminate my rights. So I went to court one time on a monitor, and I didn't hear nothing else about it. So once I got out, I ended up winning my boy through that judge. When I didn't win it through him, that's when they tried to say, you know, I was incarcerated. But then I ended up winning my baby boy 7 years ago. She won the 3 boys 3 years ago. And I don't see the problem now. I mean, if DCS thought we was so bad, why do y'all ain't messing with the other kids? I mean, why did we get the other kids back?
And the judge told DCS when he won our baby son. See, I was running for child support then, and the judge told DCS, if y'all don't have any other grounds besides him being incarcerated back years ago, and you got 30 days to prove this man is unfit to be the father to his child, and he's going to go home, and the child's going to go home unless DCS can show grounds of anything else. When we come back 30 days, or Charles went back 30 days, boom, he had to come home because they had no other reason, not even truck driving, none of that shit. You know, like you said,
why did the daughter end up with the aunt in the first place?
Prescription medication.
Yeah.
Prescription medication. That's all they ever got our kids on was prescription medication.
Yeah, because my paperwork.
Okay, but listen.
Yeah.
Your aunt. Okay, your daughter ended up with the auntie because of prescription medication, but they only took the daughter. Why didn't they take the boys?
They did.
No, they did back then. We got them. We getting them back now.
Yeah, we want them back.
We getting them back. We them got 4 of them back.
Yeah.
They just holding my daughter and my other son for money purpose.
Yeah.
They thought they were going to find something. They thought they were going to find something in our system. That's why they said a her test. They thought they were going to find maybe some prescription medication in her or something. That's what they thought. But when all 10 panels come back, both hours all negative. And that's what they thought.
How old is your daughter?
She 14.
How old is your daughter?
14.
14?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? This is clear as day. This is pure deep South Southern racism. White woman, black man together, not supposed to be. They haven't done anything wrong. They have an old-fashioned Southern judge sitting there, and he's not going to, he's got some family members that like that money in their pocket a little bit, so they're not going to come to bat for him. I mean, you can see the writing on the wall all over this. This is just complete and utter unfairness, period, end of story. I mean, this isn't even a case of anything other than greedy and unfortunate people that still hold on to old feelings. That's what this is. This has nothing to do with you guys as parents. I mean, when on earth has it been a problem that a man goes to work for a living so he can support his family? Why is that a freaking issue? You know, and then you have a woman at home that's willing to be there with all those kids and take care of them so that you can go and make a living for your family. I don't know. That seems to be the American dream. They used to call that, right? So what do they call it? If a black man and a white woman are together, it's trash. You know, what is this? It's ridiculous, man. Recuse that judge. I think that's what needs to happen here. No doubt.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm on that's what I'm gonna try. What I want to get Melissa to try to file something for me, because I mean, this man, when I did do some time back in 05, caught a charge in 05, he was the judge that put me in jail. He was the judge. He the one set my bond at $100,000.
No evidence.
Yeah, that's conflict of interest right there, no doubt.
May I ask you why he put you? May I ask you why he put you in jail?
Okay, now this is what it go. A dirty police wanted me to be. A dirty police wanted me to be a snitch, and I was driving trucks.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to be a snitch, and I went. I even went to the mayor and everything. He wanted me to snitch on some boys because I knew him. But I told that officer, I know them. They like kinfolk to me, because And I said, man, I'm not gonna come in and he wanted me. He was gonna give me $150 to go buy some drugs from two of these guys, the guys I knew. And I told him I wasn't gonna do it, and then he tried to, plant something on me. So I was saying it was all kinds of dirty police. So I went on and pleaded guilty to some drugs that he had planted on me. So I went on and pleaded guilty to it, because if I hadn't, they would have done more to that with me. But all this come back on another child of mine. See, I mean, it's a lot. I can tell you what they've been doing. They got a child from me and my mother. We had two of them. I got three more kids by another woman. Two of them come home with us. They terminated my right from one. To come and find out, everybody the people that got him, they works in the courthouse. But we all in the 28 jurisdiction. They work in Crockett County, and we Gibson County. But they all in the 28 jurisdiction. They terminated my rights. What? How old that boy now? 18 years ago.
18. Now he'll be 19.
But I won. But two of them came home with me. But the third one, they terminated my right and gave them to their friends that works in the court. So that's why that charge came in. That's how that charge come in, because they wanted me out of the way, because they thought I was gonna come fight for that son that they terminated my right. But I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't gonna fight with them because I was scared.
What did they have on you to try to turn you to be a CI?
They crack.
Okay, so they got you. They had crack on you, and they said they're gonna go easy on you on that if you turn CI. Am I correct?
No. He planted it on me. He planted it on me one night and took me down and tried to scare me up. And he kept on scaring me up.
Listen, he planted it on you. How did he get to you? How did he stop you? How did you encounter the officer?
Okay. 3 years after that, after I wouldn't do what he wanted me to do, 3 years after that, me and my wife was gonna get ready to go. I was gonna go on the road for trucking out of dread. I pulled to the gas station, pumping my gas. Since I didn't do that 3 years ago, he pulled up, played like my lighter had a busted light, or light was out. And me and him ended up, when he was DTF, me and him got to fight. And, we got into it because I know he coming back at me because I wouldn't do that for him years ago. And I went to the chief of police, told him what he was trying to make me to do. And I went to the mayor, and they never did anything. So he just came up, thought I supposed to let him go in my pocket and all that. So we and him had a scuffle. But before all of it, when it was all said and done, before I even took my time, he was fired for drugs. He was fired for using drugs, and he was he was using crack cocaine, and he was you know how you get a workers' comp check, and he was getting the workers' comp, and he was working too. Yeah. So he ended up getting fired. I don't even know why I went on and took the time, because I just kind of figured if I didn't go on and plead guilty, they was gonna railroad me regardless.
Okay. When you and him got into a scuffle, was it a physical scuffle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
bust
it was
your head
real
with a
good.
boat.
Yeah, they took the barrel of the gun and bust my head once they got
Okay.
me in handcuffs.
As a result of the physical struggle, did he arrested? He arrested you?
Yeah, he
That's
arrested me.
$100,000.
What did he charge you with?
Possession of cocaine, just attempt to sell.
Did you have cocaine?
No, I didn't have no cocaine. He did what he did to me in that alley one time. He searched me. He did the same thing. He did that in the alley because that's when for 3 years before that, that's when he wanted me to be a snitch. I let the police search my car. The other police searched my car.
When he wanted you to be a snitch, why did he pick you out to be the snitch?
Because my cousin, boyfriend is married. My cousin is married to the guy that sold though. My kids, like when they have a big barbecue, we goes over. I take my kids over and we go over there and eat. He seen my car there, and he was acting like he wanted that boy so bad. So I guess because he seen my car, you couldn't miss my car because I had a white Cougar and I think 89 Cougar. So I guess when he seen it one night, me and my other kid mother was coming from Union City, and they blocked me in the alley. I let the police search my car. He called me to the back of the car and started asking me about the gas station Mayberry and Bobby Cole.
Okay, now listen.
And I said, I don't know what they did.
Before they stopped you with your white Cougar, did you know this cop before that?
Yes. I've been
knowing. Why did you know this cop? Why?
Because he been crooked. He does that. No. I mean, he does it. He was taking people's cars. He took a car from a guy, from a Corvette from a guy, and was riding around in it. You know, he was crooked. His mom was the DA. His mom worked in the DA office. He was a crooked guy. He was on drugs. Okay, so I've been knowing.
If I came there and I had a Chevy truck, and I went over to the barbecue, and there's drugs at the barbecue, when I drove away, he probably would have stopped me too. That's what you're saying.
No. He just stopped.
Why wouldn't he stop me? Why wouldn't he stop me? I'm at the barbecue.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I understand that. Yeah. But see, when he did stop me, he was trying to get me to tell on them guys. But I didn't know I kind of figured what they were doing. But I mean, that is not my business. I'm not a police. I'm supposed to go out on the road, come in, meet with him, and get $150 from him and go buy some drugs. Them boys ain't no
I'm
fool.
just trying to figure out why he picked on you.
Black and white.
Yeah, black and white. And then the thing about it, he just chose me because anybody be over there, that's what he do. Okay. I mean, he was crooked.
When your ex-baby mama, she kept calling the police on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, man, I ain't got to lie about nothing, but I'm just telling you the truth. We had a crooked police here. His mom worked in the DA, and that's how he was. He was a crook. He got fired for drugs. He was on drugs. He was using drugs.
Okay.
He wanted to stop anybody that knew them. I mean, I can't control who I know. I mean, I can't control. If I'm driving a truck, I would have been a fool to did that anyway. I mean, I let them search my car. The other police came. He had me at the back of the car asking me questions about drug dealers. And I told him I don't know nothing about what them boys do. It was like to me, he was like, he asked me, he said, you know where they hide that dope at? How would I know where them boys hide that dope at? It's like he wanted to find the dope, but I don't know what the man was doing. I let him search my car. The other police came back. He said he clean. That's when he walked in my car. He said, let me go look. He walked in my car and he pulled out a blue ball. Didn't have no crack. He shook a blue ball and said, and it was some blue liquid in it. And he said, oh yeah, I found a rock. And I mean, come on, I'm telling you.
So he set you up.
I let the other police. That's what he done.
Okay.
Yeah, and he called me to the back. When he took me to the station, he kept on. I make this disappear if you do this one little favor for me. I swear to God, I put that on my mama. That man did me like that, and I went. Soon as he let me go, I went straight to the next day. I went straight to the chief of police and told him what he wanted me to do, and I went to the mayor, and they didn't do nothing about it. So 3 years later, I'm pumping gas. Here he comes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was crooked. I mean, that man was a crook.
The only thing I can see, Darren, in this situation is he should have never went for the petition to court. He should have just take his daughter that his auntie had and just bring the daughter home.
Yep. And just let it fly.
Yep, like I did my son.
Yeah, but Auntie wanted to do
But
it
Auntie
right.
wouldn't. Auntie, well, she had passed, but I mean, she wanted to do it. We had filed. I didn't know what. We didn't know what she. I filed it. I filed it in December, but they didn't have a court until January 10th. He set the court for February after my auntie was telling him, she wanted to send her home. All that. She died January the 19th. Boom, they threw a court. I mean, I'm thinking it was gonna be simple like when the mother did it. I thought it was gonna be simple. And plus, my auntie was begging the judge, to send the kid back with it to her parents, but that judge didn't see it that way.
And your brother,
Then my brother, what did it is my brother trying to keep my son. That's what it's. That's why DCS jumped in. They trying to help my brother keep my son. That's why they wanted to through Brandy and
So,
state custody after
were
my
trying
auntie died.
You were trying to get your son back from your brother. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then your brother
Yes,
went to DCJ, whatever, the child services, and said that no, I don't want to let this boy go back to his father.
No, my brother, they been to DCS. There was a black girl, the sneaking talk. She said she didn't have nothing to do with it from DCS. She was slick talking to my brother. And see, my brother.
She was my caseworker with Trey years ago. She was our caseworker.
Yeah, she was our caseworker, and what it was, if they could, like I said, if my brother hadn't fought us, maybe both of the kids would have came home. But when they asked my auntie said she's sending Brandy home. My brother wife jumped up and said, we want to keep Cortez. And that's why we got stuck right there with his wife want to keep, they want to keep my son. And that's why when she passed, DCS trying to find another way to stall time and threw our daughter instead. Because they know if my daughter come home, the judge would send my son home too.
Ain't get no break.
Did your brother?
And I think that's why they wouldn't want-
Did your brother's wife want to keep your daughter also?
No. My auntie had my daughter.
I know that.
My brother had my
but
son.
when your auntie wanted your daughter go back to you, did your brother's wife want your daughter?
No, they just wanted to keep my son.
Okay. But then your brother and his wife went to DCJS to try to prevent your son going back to you.
Probably so.
They probably did. I don't know, but he ain't in custody. He ain't in state custody. She just helping them. She trying to. The lady from DCS just trying to help them because she don't want our son to come. So that's why they using our daughter to try to help my brother keep my son. That's the only thing I can, because she the one got up in the courtroom and lied and said my auntie changed her mind about letting Brandy come. Even if auntie changed her mind, how can y'all stop me from getting our kid? I mean, my auntie, she lied on my auntie, but why? I mean, why? How can they stop me from getting my child? We just got 3 of them 3 years ago.
Mhm.
And I mean, they never had nothing on me. I mean, and
Well,
if
I
I
mean, I
file a petition,
I think
I
the bottom
can't get
line
them.
is, I think we just figured out why they don't let you. You've got this judge that you got to get away from. I mean, this is the bottom line. You're not going to
Yeah.
get anywhere without getting out of this courtroom with this judge. I mean, that's just it. I mean, this is just a solid case of.
That big court.
And it's so bad. It's so bad. Don't you know every time we go to court, he asked my wife, is your last name clear? He called to keep on. He asked her that every time we go to court, he yelled about, is it Tubbs or Clear? And she done told him we was married. I mean, he really is showing his true colors when he called and keep asking her what's her last name. I mean, I'm like, she done told you her last name. It's on the paperwork.
You guys-
Charles Clip and Dawn
Hey,
Clip.
do you guys have a lawyer right now, or are you? What are you?
Well, right now, Melissa told us don't, cause see, they ain't had no ground. I thought they just wanted a drug test. So they told us not to get a lady out of Lexington, Tennessee. She said, I wouldn't get no lawyer right now. Just take the drug test. That's what she told us. She said, don't waste your money. I don't want to waste your money right now. Just take the drug test. And we did it. That's why we ain't got no lawyer. We went on and took the drug test. So when we go back March to 13th, we'll see what he say from there. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna say, but he just told us take a drug test.
No, I mean, if you guys were clean the drug test, then hopefully there's nothing that's gonna you know, there should be nothing that's standing in your way other than his bias. You know, like that's just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So then when you
And I
say
hope he do it.
the drug test is going to be revealed in March, is that correct?
We already took it. We done took a copy to the court.
Yeah, but
Cause he thought we were trying to hide something. No, we weren't trying to hide nothing. We didn't know we were coming. Yeah.
No, you took the test. You know the results of the test, but the judge is going to talk about the results of the test on March. Is that correct?
Right. I guess that. Yeah. I mean, once we have our test,
all right. So,
and I guess
so you took your test, but the judge has to make a ruling on the findings of the test, and that's going to be in March.
Right. March the 13th.
So we got to wait till March the 13th.
Yeah, this is you know what?
Right. But I got a feeling it ain't gonna go the way we thinking, because I'm saying they're gonna come
Charles,
up with something.
I want to have you guys come back, man, for the 13th, because I want to hear the rest of this. We're gonna wrap this up here because we're coming to the end.
Well, let me ask. Wait. Okay, let me ask Charles. Can you come back? Charles, can you come back on tomorrow?
Yeah, I come over every day if y'all on every day.
Why don't you come back on tomorrow so we can get the rest of the story?
Okay, yeah, I will. I will, because I mean, I sure need somebody to talk to.
All right, guys, have a good night, and we'll get the rest of everything from tomorrow for you guys.
Okay, what time y'all coming on? We on Central Time.
8:15. We had a technical problem tonight, but 8:15 is when we'll be back.
So we on Central Time. So I come on 7:15. That'll be
7:15. Then, yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow then.
See y'all tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks. All right.
Wow. That's a lot of story. That's a lot to grasp, man. That's a lot of, that is a very unfortunate situation, man. I mean, I've never had to deal with that. But man, that really sucks. That sucks.
Well, I had to dig, but Darren, I had to dig into it to get the story. I had to dig.
Oh yeah, no, of course, but there's that surface level of that racism that's going on right there at the surface. But no, you're right. We didn't talk about. There wasn't to mention the drug thing was a bigger issue than what they were letting it on to be at the beginning. Clearly, there's more to the story.
And the brother, intervention with the brother with the son. You see, all that plays a part, and then the difference between the two counties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, so we got to put all of that together to try to understand the story.
Josie, what are you thinking? What's your thoughts here?
Honestly, my thoughts are like, wow. When I say my story, does it sound so complicated like that?
Every story is complicated, and there's always parts of the story that all of us kind of clip out, whether we yelled at them and swore at them and lashed out when we say we didn't, we confront. I don't think their story's that complicated. I think the way that they were demonstrating it was more the complication, and Herbert got a hold of the bottom of that one, that's for sure.
Herbert, you were in your element for sure.
Yeah. Showed a little bit. I'm glad I never got in an interrogating room with you, man.
Well, that's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, we've seen that firsthand. So, Joseph,
I listen to everything people say. Everything you say, I listen to.
Mm-hmm. Well, so what's your secrets, Joseph? You got secrets that you're holding on back? You're gonna get Herbert's gonna interrogate you now?
Go for it. But what I'll say before you guys finish, because it's almost been an hour, is that tomorrow I'm going to my city council, and hopefully I'll be able to talk. So I got a speech ready, short and sweet. Get to the point. I'm going to tell them what's going on, and it's something I haven't done that I'm going to do it tomorrow morning.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say to them? What are you going to bring up?
I am going to tell them that what's going on in their city, and how that I'm not the only grandma that's living this situation, and that it's something that needs to be addressed, and that I've asked to I've contacted police, I contacted the mayor, I'm going to be completely honest with everything I've done, and I'm going to hopefully bring consciousness to them to be like, this is going on in front of your eyes and nobody is doing anything. Like, Can someone
Mhm.
just like look at my book and realize this corruption in your
Mhm.
city? And yeah,
Does this happen a lot up where you are? Like, is this like out now, or has it been a hidden secret, or has it been as prevalent like it is here? You know,
I
where
I
everybody's
think
assuming.
I think it's a hidden secret that people know, but the people in charge want to put their heads in the sand. You know,
Mhm.
they know it, but they
Yeah,
don't want to do
heads in the
anything.
sand and with their hands out.
So I'm hoping that once I go there, and hopefully it's like the school committee and everybody's there, and I can talk to everybody at once instead of calling them individually. Like
So it's the school committee. Who else is going to be there? The school committee's there. Who else?
so I don't who's there normally in a municipal
I think you must have the town manager, right, or the city manager, or the mayor, or
That's what I
whoever, or-
think. I think
Right.
like I think the mayor, the you know, all the top dogs that I've called for help that nobody did it.
Okay.
So now I can say I called you, I called you, I called you, I call you. You guys are all in this room. Let's do something together. Like I want to save my granddaughter. Like, you guys need to
Yep.
save these children. This I'm not the
Mhm.
only one. I'm just the only one that's talking. Like,
And
come
maybe
on.
maybe you'll be able to get some people out behind you too. If they hear you speaking there, they might, people
Exactly.
because so many people when they get in this situation are so embarrassed, they're ashamed. They don't feel like they have anybody to back them up, because everybody automatically assumes that you're the bad person when you're in this situation. You should have done what the caseworker said, or you should have done, but like your situation, you just didn't even have a chance to do what a caseworker said, because they came and snatched the babies right out of the hospital. You
Exactly.
didn't even get an opportunity. Your daughter didn't even get an opportunity to be a mom. They robbed your daughter of the opportunity that she was given by God to nurse that baby.
Yep.
They missed that emotional time together, and that's wrong. And
Yep.
for nothing.
And the worst part, and the thing that I really want to tell them is that I'm not the only one. We are many, and that's the thing. And it's happened for years and years and years. And like, it's time is now to wake up and to like reform. I don't mean like, we have to do something about it. It's worldwide.
Yep, it is. And
Yeah.
do you guys have
What-
elections coming up there? Do you guys have an election or anything like that coming up like we do?
No, I think us is like in 2 years before we get Trudeau gone again. So no.
Okay,
That's
let me ask you this question. I know we got to leave. Do you think tomorrow? Because I'd like to hear more why they're not giving the baby to your daughter.
Oh, there is no reason. We're still wondering. That's why it's been a year, and we're still like, what the fuck is going on? They keep
Right.
Well, that's
changing.
What do you think you could come on tomorrow?
I'll come back next Monday.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we got Mondays with her. Josie
Okay.
Mondays.
Okay.
And then we'll be able to hear about the town hall.
You
And we'll
got
make
your
sure
other
that we
guy
just
coming
have
in
Josie.
tomorrow.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
keep Josie. We'll keep Josie on Mondays. Josie Mondays, we'll call it.
Okay, very good.
So we'll keep that fresh. All right, guys. Thank you guys very much for tonight. That was fun. It's interesting, Herbert. I'm glad we finally got to see you in action. That was
Good
pretty
job,
cool, man.
Herbert.
Thank you,
got
Rosie.
the answer
Thank you.
out of that, dude. Yep, you did. Hey, when's your anniversary?
It's going to be on the 28th.
Happy
That's,
We gotta
anniversary.
remind you to get some flowers.
2 days from now.
2 days from now.
Yeah, 28th.
Josie, I might need a sidekick for that night. 2 days if you're available. I'll be in touch with
Okay.
Okay.
you. All right, guys. Thank you very much. You guys, you have any last words, Herbert, Josie? You guys got anything else to say?
No,
No,
I'm good.
that's it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Well, that was a good one right there. And that just shows you that CPS will haunt your past. If you've got skeletons in the closet, they're going to come after it. If you've been involved with CPS, they're going to come after you. I'm going to get the stats for how many people that have been involved with CPS in their life have CPS revisit their lives. I know that there's a lot of them in this country. I'm not sure about Josie's. I think we need to get a little bit more information too about what Josie's got going on in Canada, because she's right. And at least if we can get North America all together as a continental group, I think that we might stand a chance, because there's a lot of us out there that have had CPS. I think she calls the Canadian version DJP, I believe is what they call it. I meant to ask her, but there's a lot of people that are out there, and our kids are getting stolen from us by the minute. Every minute in this country, a child is taken. I don't know what it is in Canada, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's probably pretty close. So keep your loved ones close. Keep everything tight in on you. Keep CPS out of your house. And just get on Google it, find out, who's trying to do good by who. Make sure that you pay attention, because there also is one last thing here about this for sure. There is one last thing, is this: you need to pay attention for the frauds out there, the people that are going to try to take your vulnerable and your money, because you are vulnerable. If you're in this situation, you're going to do anything possible to try to get someone to listen to your story, to get you help for your kids. So be sure to pay close attention before you go hand anybody money and accepting their help. All right, guys, that's all I got to say for tonight. I'm CPS Punisher. We'll catch you all tomorrow night, 8:15, same time, same place.